All right, so hi, I'm still alive. I've been to the hospital for a very long time, which is why there are no videos whatsoever. But I am back home for a couple of good days now, um, um, until I need to get back for more chemo, that is. And we're here, we're enjoying ourselves in quarantine. Me and Ellie, I'm actually hiding Ellie, she's just not knitting, crocheting. She's crocheting with some popcorn and she's enjoying herself very much being in the background. So I'll continue hiding her with my giant face. Um, yeah, so I was in the hospital for a long time. Um, what happened was that we went there a bit ahead of schedule of the chemo, of the second chemo. And then they decided, okay, well, you're here right before the chemo. It's a perfect time to do the surgery that we were talking about. I had a growth in my leg, so they said we need to stabilize the bone by inserting a nail. Basically, it's not really a hip replacement, but it's like putting a nail into your hip in order to stabilize it. So they did that. Thing is, it's kind of major surgery, kind of trauma to the body. Kind of can't move your leg for a couple of good days as it slowly heals. I still can't move it fully as I want to, but it's much, much, much better than what it was at the beginning. We're talking about 3 weeks ago at this point. And yeah, I then felt absolutely terrible. But I felt so terrible, I really wanted to go home. I went home for 2 days. That was a mistake because I felt terrible at home, and eventually I went back to the hospital. And then I stayed at the hospital for quite a long time, pretty much changing all of my meds. There was kind of this crazy occurrence where I have fibromyalgia on top of having cancer, which is just the best. And usually when we took chemo, one of the things that chemo does is to murder your immune system. So you would expect you have no immune system. You'd expect fibromyalgia, which is in ways it is an autoimmune disease, to die out, to get suppressed and not do anything. And that's kind of what happened. Previous chemos, I kind of, that went away. I had enough to worry about without having fibromyalgia. However, in this case, fibromyalgia pains went up the roof, went crazy to the point where I constantly felt uncomfortable in my own skin. I couldn't stay in a single position for a long time. I couldn't sleep very well, and I was in constant pain. I stay in one position. There's a bit of pressure on something, and it hurts, and then I switch positions, and it was kind of torture. So I went to back to the hospital in order to change my medications to different pain medications in order to try and find medications that work for me. And after a bunch of switching, we did find medication and consultation with a pain doctor, a pain specialist. We did find medication that works. I do have medication that works right now. A lot of my medication changed drastically. I have a lot of medication that I take every day, but it really just changed drastically from 3 weeks ago to what it is now. But I feel a lot better. I'm recovering so much better. So it's wonderful that in a couple of days I'm going to have chemo again. But hopefully it'll be much better because it won't be immediately after goddamn surgery. So the first time that I took this chemo, it was very, very light. It was not that bad. The second time it was terrible, but maybe the third time will be, we're hoping that it'll be pretty good. And for now, I'm home, quarantined, of course, because we're in the corona times, which is lovely. Ellie is quarantined here with me. We're lucky that we have incredible friends and family to help us out to the point where Ellie doesn't need to leave the house. We don't need to leave the house for groceries. And if we need to take medications, which we do sometimes need to take medications from the pharmacy, we have friends to run that errand and be extremely helpful and useful and wonderful friends. So we are basically just indoors the entire time. The indoors is very corona-free. Of course, if I come back from the hospital, I wash my hands, I change all my clothes. We make sure that I'm very, very safe from the corona, because if I get it, that's going to be very tough. I am young and I do have a blood type O, which is said to be less serious, but I have serious condition in my lungs. I got a bunch of cancer in there, so that Me getting corona is probably a death sentence, but we don't know, and we hope that we don't have to. Luckily, we're in Germany, which is a country that is quarantining pretty well, and taking this seriously at this point, but also for quite a while. I think there's are there already results of the quarantine that are already helping?
First indications, but our chancellor is educated. She says first indications are not proof of anything.
So there's first indications that it's helping, but the Chancellor Merkel is saying that first indications don't mean that much. In terms of the news, Ellie is...
Trend, but
it's a trend.
Wait to see.
You need to see that there's a real trend happening. Ellie is hooked up to the news, of course, just to understand what the hell's going on outside, as we cannot leave the house. The thing that we're dreading most is when things kind of start going back to normal, because it will be when there's a significant slowdown. The corona will still be out there, but there will be the quarantine terms will be a little bit looser and looser as things go back to normal, and the economy has to come back a little bit before the corona is completely eliminated or completely gone from society. And at that point, Ellie, for example, will go back to work. I will still be quarantined at home, but she will go to work. And she will need to be very, very careful, and we need to hope that I still... it's kind of like a question of what do we do? And that is something that we're a bit scared about, but we have some time to think about it and see how we deal with it, because it's not happening anytime soon. And we don't know when. We don't know if it's May or June or what's going to happen. But yeah. It's really fun having cancer during a pandemic. It's just perfect. Like, pile on the things. Give me more crap to deal with.
Don't say that. Don't jinx it.
Don't jinx it, she says. Yeah. So I'm still alive. I was in a very bad condition, but I'm better now because I'm home. Very, 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 very happy to be home. Ellie's helping taking care of me, but I'm much stronger and can already do some things on my own, and I'm not that much of a, I hope that not that much of a worry. We just put up curtains that you can see actually one of the curtains on the window over there. So I didn't fix the light at all, just letting the light open, but we have curtains now in all the rooms and not just our bedroom. Still upgrading the flat. There's still things to upgrade the flat, but we're very, very happy with our little flat. We're extremely happy to have moved before the pandemic hit. We moved in December. So that was freaking lucky as hell, because this house is much nicer to be in than a single bedroom. We were in a single giant room. That being quarantined there would probably drive us mad. So, like, being together and being in there, it's probably not fun. So I'm alive. Calm down. And prospects for the future are a giant question mark. We have no clue. The biggest program that we were relying on is delayed right now because of Corona. We're not exactly sure of the situation there. We're not exactly sure if they're working in very low capacity or they're just stopped completely. We don't know. So we're just going to continue doing chemo because there's nothing else that I can do, and I have to do something to fight the cancer. Otherwise, I have months and I'm gone. And big uncertainty, big instability, not fun. And that's kind of it. That's kind of it for the video. I don't think I'll be able to do torment videos, gameplay videos. I'll think about it. I don't know. Right now I'm trying to stay alive. I'm doing exercises and stretches and walking around as much as I can because I was bedridden for so long that I need to move a bit. And other than that, I'm enjoying my time with Ellie, playing games and chilling, crocheting. Yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next one. I don't know if it'll be in this Like, I might go to the hospital and then just do one when I get back home after that, which could be a week or two. Maybe I'll do one in 2 days or so. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Thanks for caring. Thanks for sending me messages on Twitter and on YouTube on past videos. It warms my heart always to have people caring so much. And Ellie, do you want to show off your giant blanket? Before. Look at this thing. She's been working on this for like forever, and she's almost done. She's just doing like another round, which is around the entire goddamn thing, and takes forever, and then she's done. But yeah, crocheting is definitely a time-consuming,
relaxing,
and very relaxing. Apparently, when there's something else happening, like watching a YouTube video or watching me record. Apparently, so yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one.